Right, so I'm doing a live AMA on TikTok. So if you want to ask a question and you're watching on YouTube, I probably won't answer you because I'm not going to see it pop up, I don't think. So go find us on TikTok and ask a question. Plus, it helps me get seen by more people on TikTok. And vice versa, all to you guys, innit? If you're watching on TikTok, go find us on the YouTube as well. Give us a subscribe because it'd be nice to start getting a little bit of money for adverts, you know. Right, so Lumpy Bumpy Humpty Dumpty would like to know, would you say your early life experiences affected your choice to start taxidermy? I don't know. Probably. Like, my dad would always tell me about how he used to be a butcher when he was a kid. Like, from the age of 11, my dad was a butcher. And then I was a butcher from the age of 13. So I'd guess that's early life experiences, isn't it? So yeah, that probably did affect it because that's where I learned all this. Well, it's where I learned like knife skills and being comfortable with a knife and being comfortable around dead animals and that as well. Little Candy Fox. So, do you ever go hunting or do you just pre-buy the bits you need? I buy dead animals, innit? I buy dead ones. I've lost your question, Candy Fox. There you are. I buy dead ones. I've never been hunting. I don't know. I don't know if I would do it. I would have to. It would have to be ones where it's an animal that needs culling. You know, it's. I wouldn't be like going shooting lions or out like that. You know, nothing like that. Realistically, I've always thought. You know, it's a skill, innit? Hunting is a skill. If you do it with like a bow and arrow or a knife, mate, that's a skill. But I don't think like people that go with a fucking, I don't know, like a fucking 30, 40 caliber rifle, and you take that to go and shoot some deers or goats, then not much skill involved with that, I wouldn't have thought, unless you're doing it from a couple of miles away, like that probably has skill to it, but I don't know, it's an hard one. I'd probably give it a go. I'd try most things, apart from like sticking things up my arse. I will try most things. Oh. Is it nice? Not Noah wants to know, is it nice? Are it nice to make this animal stuff? Yeah, man. I love it, mate. It's my favourite thing to do. Another one from Lumpy Bumpy Humpty Dumpty. Do you think taxidermy has changed your perception of death? Nah, man. I've always been quite cynical. Even as a kid, even as a little kid, I was quite cynical. So I've never. I don't think it's. I think I already had this perception of death that it's. I don't really see things. It don't really matter, innit? Like, it doesn't. I don't know. I don't think. Obviously, death's important, but I don't know. You're not really asking for my perception on death, though, are you? But I might as well try and give a bit of that. But I don't know what my perception of death would be. I don't really think that much stuff matters, if you know what I mean. Like, everything carries on regardless, innit? Other people carry. Like, you can be. To try and make it relatable, like, you can know something for years, like you know it, like that's fact, and then all of a sudden that ain't fact no more. So it don't mean anything no more. So does that mean then that the previous 5-7 years that you've known that for no longer matter and are no longer relevant because you were living your life in accordance to thinking that whatever it was a thing? Do you know what I mean? So I don't think that one thing can change your perception on just one thing. I think everything, your perception of everything should be changing constantly all the time, innit? I don't understand how people can be like, this is how I see this and that's it. Those people are thick, innit? Realistically, like, not to say there's something wrong with it, but you should always be willing to find out something new. Which, if you're not finding out if you're finding out new things and that's not changing your perception of what's going on or how you interpret the world, then there's got to be something wrong with you, innit? I've missed more here. Do the animals have to have certain standard for you to stuff it? Yeah, man, I don't really like using roadkill in it because it can be full of ticks and that, and I don't want to get ill from ticks biting me and end up with fucking Lyme disease and going nuts, because that's something that can apparently happen. And obviously other blood diseases, you know, wouldn't be fun. So I try to use animals that, obviously I do use some wild animals, like from pest controllers and estate managers and that, but predominantly I use rats and mice and rabbits and hamsters and chicks, and they're all sold frozen. Well, they are down here anyway. Fucking hell. If I've missed your question, guys, fucking feel free to ask it again. The biggest animal, Ella 14 wants to know what the biggest animal is you worked on. A fox. Yeah, just a fox. Oh shit. The innards that I don't use, they go to the incinerator. I have to use an incinerator to get rid of my waste, so they go to there. But I try and use a lot of the innards. Like, you'll see that I've done intestinal juice drawings. I put hearts, testicles, kidneys, lungs, spines. Fucking hell, what else is there? Never do out of the stomach, so livers really. But yeah, you get the idea anyway. Eyeballs, I use eyeballs. So most of it gets used. I try and use as much of it. What's the biggest and hardest animal you have done in taxidermy? Hardest, they're all much of a much, realistically. Little mice are hard because the skins are so delicate. Birds, I find birds quite difficult because the skin's quite thin and paper-like to start with. So they're just fragile like young birds. I once tried to do a pigeon that another artist, a mate, I actually sell her. She gave me her designs, and they're all of cats in underwear, in like little sexy positions and that, you know. And I sell them on me TeePublic. They might be on my Redbubble as well. But yeah, she lets me sell them. She gave them to me, gifted them to me. But yeah, she found a dead pigeon. So I thought, you know what? It's only just died. It's still warm. I'll try it. Thing was fucking covered in ants. I got covered in ant bites, and I just ripped him apart, mate. I couldn't. I don't know why. I'm just very heavy-handed. I'm a very heavy-handed guy. Can you make a bird? Probably. Potato Dreams 1, probably. Oh, I don't mind scooping out the eyes. Nothing really gives me goosebumps when I'm doing this. I'm not really bothered by it. Official Lim Holden. I hope that you are like Linda Mold. Is it Linda Molden? Oh, it's Linda Moulton, isn't it? The woman that talks about UFOs and. Oh, I thought it was gonna be a little celebrity alike, but never mind. Yeah, if you want to buy something, go to the link on my bio. You can get my website there. You can get a mystery box from me Etsy. Links to everything, mate. Have a look on there, man. World Around You, same as my username.com. Can you do a boyardee bird? I don't know what that means, bro. Officially Molden, I do have a website, worldaroundyou.com. I know I've just said that, and that's only because I've really just read you there. A badger duffel bag. Can't do badges, mate. I don't think you're allowed to fuck around with badges. I don't really do custom requests, no. Because I've learnt that I misunderstand. Like, this all came about from me misunderstanding something at uni, so I generally speaking, I tend to misinterpret and misunderstand instructions. I don't know why. I haven't got a clue why. There might be some underlying issue somewhere, I don't know. But, yeah. So I try and avoid them. I do amalgamations, or I'll make it a random monster out of different types of animals put together, but you won't know what it is. You don't have any say on it until it's arrived. You're like, ooh, can I? Whether you like it or not, I don't mind. Obviously, I want you to like it, but like, I've never had someone send one back, so everyone seems to appreciate them and enjoy them, or at least they can't. You know, they're not like, oh, I want my money back, which I don't. Realistically, you've bought something not knowing what it's going to be. That's part of the fun of it, innit? You know, I try and make them always better than the last one, though. No, I don't think you can. There's weird rules and laws surrounding taxidermy, and I comply with them all. But like and one of them is like badges. The badges come under sort of protected species, I think. Did anyone listen to my radio show yesterday? It's out of interest. Anyone give that a bash? I've got another one on tonight. Live one, no script. Should be fun. Last week's was pretty fun. 7 o'clock on Threshold FM. If that's any interest, anyone, set an alarm on your phone. Download the app, set an alarm, and be ready. Does nothing make you squeamish? Nah, not really. I don't, Ella Hughes, I don't, Ella 14, sorry. I don't really get, squeamish. Where did I get that from? It's just fucking skipped names. I'm just fucking reading nonsense there. Do you nothing make you squeamish? No. Oh yeah, I just jumped. I had loads of people join and it fucking jumped around. So I love the custom hair headbands people make. Have you ever thought about doing animal hair headbands? No. Can't say I have, man. Nah, man, it's not. I ended up with getting phone calls from the chief veterinary officer for DEFRA. We was on first name terms for quite a while. Because I ended up in the newspapers and that from stuff I'd made, so I ended up in his sights, if you like. I think seagulls is another one. I think taxidermy and seagulls can actually get you in prison. Killing a seagull can get you into prison. I reckon I could do it. Little Candy Fox. I reckon I could get a pair of fox ears on a band. Probably. I mean, Ella thought, how long do you think you'll carry on doing taxi? Thanks for the pandas, tatted brav. I don't know what they do. I don't know what that means, but sound. How long do you reckon you'll carry on doing taxidermy for? It's fucking until I get bored of it, mate. I normally get bored of stuff within a few months, but like there's a few things in my life that I've never got bored of so far, and that's the taxidermy, aliens, Pokemon as well. I like Pokemon, and my missus. That's probably it, mate. Like, I had a phase where I would play Fallout all day, every day for years, and then that just suddenly stopped. Like, I know it's not an interesting fucking story, but I get bored of stuff and I couldn't give a shit about it anymore. I think I obsess on things. So whenever this dies off in my head and I'm not into it anymore, chickens, mate. Chickens, fucking chickens, mate. I had a big thing for chickens for years. I had loads of the fuckers. Used to breed them. Tried making my own breed of chicken once. Fucking trying to play God like a fucking nutter. It was fucking brilliant, man. I loved that. That was a great time in my life. Still lived at my mum and dad's. I was only about 16 to 20 or so. I was just breeding chickens. It was awesome. I would love to do that again. I'd probably give up the taxidermy if I make enough money through taxidermy and I don't know, whatever else comes around. I'd love to buy a little farmland and breed chickens again and just sit and chill watching chickens all day. Like, that would be brilliant, mate. I'd love that. But I'd probably stop the taxidermy then. I've tried a lot of things. Well, I've not tried many sports. Like, I'm alright at, I would say, I used to be quite good at pool. I'm only any good at sports where you can hold a pint in one hand and play with the other kind of thing. Or where you can rest a pint next to where you're playing. So I'm pretty, well, I don't know if I am now, I've not played it for a while, but used to play darts a lot as well. I was pretty good at darts. But there's definitely stuff I've not tried. But I just take opportunities, innit, man? If there's something you want to try, you've got to try and do it, innit? Right. And even if someone says, do you want to try this? And you've not tried it, and as long as it's not like crack, excuse me, you give it a go. You know what I mean? If you feel inclined. Why wouldn't you? Like when Jimmy Budd, my co-host on the well, I don't know if I'd call him the host. He makes a better job of hosting it than I did. But he got in touch. He was like, I want to give you. Do you want to do a radio show? I was like, oh, fucking yeah, why not? Fuck it, why? I'll give it a go. And now I'm like 9 or 10 weeks into it. I do one every week, and I've ended up with another one with him. And I just do that as well. It's fucking. You just gotta fucking do stuff, man. That's all. Like. But I don't like sitting still. I can't really relax very well. What did I just miss there? Can you shout out Chloe Hall? Hello, Chloe Hall. Can I get a big shout out? Oh, the dust is going down the hole in my trousers. Working on a wrap. Gonna become a pencil case. Just a second. As you can see, the earphones aren't plugged into anything. Might as well take them out because it's just gonna make me clench my jaw, give me an headache. Greasy fingers on the chest. So this pencil case is for the last pre-order of the last batch. Probably be ready, I'd say next Wednesday, more than likely. Pencil cases are, off top of my head, I think they're up at 55 quid plus postage. They take a fair while to make. What was that? Yeah, I just buy them in bags. Do you buy the dead animals in batches? Yeah. Buy a bag of rats. It's going to be a weird comment, isn't it? Like when someone's just flicking through and they just see that pop up. If you see a roadkill when you're driving somewhere, could you just pick it up and take it? I think it depends on the animal. Well, it does depend on the animal. You can do some. Personally, I wouldn't advise it. Mate, I really wouldn't. It's fucking... It's grimy, innit, mate? Grimy, that. Like, grabbing like a fucking... Oh, look at that mangy old fox there on the road. It's fucking 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll have that. I'll have that fox. That's probably, you know, that nocturnal creature. Most of the animals that you see dead on the road, I've noticed, more normally nocturnal. So it means that they've been sat there for a good few hours most of the time. It'd be full of maggots in that, mate. Maggots set in rapid in the summer. Remember going to collect a couple foxes, well, 3 foxes from a pest controller, well, the estate manager or whatever you want to call him, does some work for some local farmers. And they had a fox problem. So he went out that night. Well, he'd been going out for quite a few nights. He finally managed to get him. So he sent me a text at like 6 in the morning. I woke up at 7:30, dropped my missus off at work. Fucking managed to get to there for about 9ish or something like that. And by the time I'd got there, mate, they were fucking riddled with maggots. Riddled with them. Still used them, but wasn't nice at all. Like, I had to clean out my freezer afterwards just for the fucking sanity. And they stunk as well, you know, obviously, because there's fucking maggots in there. And they don't smell nice. You think maggots smell nice, innit? Because, like, when you go fishing and that, maggots smell fucking lovely. But not as in, like, lovely as in you'd eat them, but they smell quite nice. Like, it's a nice smell to it, innit? But it could just be, like, what I associate with fishing, like spending time with dad and that, and fucking having a cig and just enjoying myself, you know, relaxing. But I do like the smell of maggots. You always can see up my trousers. What does your family think of you doing taxidermy? They quite like it. My mum's got some of the newspaper cutouts around the house. Some of the online ones, she's got them printed out in little picture frames and that. They ring me up every day now and ask me what I've been doing at work, and that makes them laugh at the stuff I've come up with. I think they're proud, to be honest. I think they're quite happy with it, you know. Because I've done something in it. Like, I've always said I wanted my own shop or something, but I never really considered I could make the product and have the shop. I did just want to breed chickens and sell second-hand cars. Teddy bears. Teddy bears. Chongy O just wants me to say teddy bears over and over. Teddy bear, teddy bear, teddy bear, teddy bear, teddy bear, teddy bear, teddy bear. Like that. Why is it funny? Someone's commenting on YouTube. Oh, you've got a unique seller. Oh, I'm old, isn't it? No, you've gone now anyway. Yeah. Yo, what's going on here? All messages are visible. There we go. Oh, here he is. Jamie Vardy. Do you want me to say Jamie Vardy over and over? Jamie Vardy, Jamie Vardy, Jamie Vardy, Jamie Vardy. I don't look like Jamie Vardy, mate. Like, if you see, like, when you see my greasy mop of hair, like, I don't look like Jamie Vardy, mate. I've just got fucking a thin head. Fucking wet on there, is it? Just a thin head, mate. That's all. Thin head and a bit of a beard. That's probably the only similarity, and maybe skin colour. Well, I think skin colour. We've got, like, neither of us have a tan, do we? Pasty. How much is a teddy bear? One's up at 75, there's another one up at 65, because it's not got any weapons, it's just got a rat's tail attached to it. How did you learn to do what you do? I was a butcher from about the age of 13 till 20, so that's like 7-8 years. And so you learnt there how to skin game and that for when the punters would bring in their game, and I'd get sent down to the cellar and skin them, and then I'd fucking dress them as well. Learnt all that there. The preservation side of it is just through research, really. But I already had the rest of it down, to be able to do. 75 quid chongy. Yeah, man, the teddy bears, I make them very rare, very, very rarely. They're all one-offs, man. My one-off stuff I sell for usually for around 70 quid, really. Sometimes more if it's bigger. Like you can see the nippler there just over my shoulder, and that windmill's 30 quid. That's my most expensive ornament, but it took some time to do. And I've got other things that are up at like 100 quid, but that's because they take a lot of time, you know, and the one-offs. The rest of my stuff's around a fiver, tenner, you know. How often do people buy products off your website? Pretty irregularly. It depends in what quantity, innit? Like some people, sometimes I sell 4 or 5 things in a day. Other days I won't sell anything. It depends, man. There's no real control over it, because I can't be like, oh, you know, grabbing people off the street and dragging them into my shop, or offering them a free cup of tea for coming in my shop and a piece of cake. It's all online, innit? So people have to find me, which is a double-edged sword, because it means I've got to do stuff like this a lot, like live streams and that, and post all the time, so people know I exist and don't forget about me. But then that pisses some people off as well, because some people get sick of seeing it all then. So it's an hard line to walk. I think I missed a question. Do you use any chemicals to preserve the animal parts? Yeah, it depends on the animal parts, man. I'm not going to list them on here, like, because for different reasons, some of them are under, like, watch lists and that kind of thing, like, they're sold under lock and key. It's a controlled substance, parts of it, so I don't want to be, like, saying that on TikTok, because it can be used, the chemicals can be used for things that aren't very friendly at all. Free cheese giveaways here. Anyone looking for a bit of cheddar? Bit of cheese. Give us your cheese. Because it's my job. All Duffy's asking, why are you making these things? It's my job, mate, and I really enjoy it. Like, I find this really fun. It's relaxing, isn't it? You do the same thing repeatedly every day, but you also get to make daft stuff and make stuff that makes people laugh and that, man. It's a nice feeling, isn't it? What is it you do, All Stuffy? Like, you could say, like, when people watch football on telly, like, why'd you do that? That's a fucking boring thing to do, in my opinion. A waste of an hour and a half. Regan Glover getting personal there with does it pay well? No, of course not really. Like, compared to being like a bricklayer or something, like a bricklayer's what, like fucking 200 quid a day. This is nowhere near that. Like, it's just, I enjoy it, it's nice. Like, I don't really like other people. I don't like to be around other people much. So I don't enjoy the company of many people. So I get to sit on my own in a room, making stuff. I'm in charge of it, my own boss. It's like working a minimum wage job, but instead of doing 39 hours a week, you do somewhere close to 50 or 60. But it's the same pay as working a 39-hour minimum wage job, except it don't feel like a job and you actually enjoy yourself. I've never woken up in the morning, I said this the other day, innit? I've never woke up in the morning and thought, fucking hell, I've got to go to work. Fruber, Rob, I want to do a course in taxidermy, do you have any recommendations? No? Don't know any, mate. I haven't got a clue. Don't get me wrong, Regan, it'd be nice if it did make money, but like a lot of money. But it, you know, it's not the be all and end all, is it, realistically? Like, any idiot can go and make money, innit? You just go and fucking buy stuff and sell it on Amazon. But you're gonna really enjoy doing that. Do you know what I mean? Like going to car boot sales and just getting loads of books, just buy all the books you see at car boot sales and then list them on Amazon. Undercut everyone on Amazon. And you'll make money, innit? Like, if that's what you want to do, just make money. But then, what are you doing with the rest of your time then that makes it worthwhile to do that? Because you must have some way of filling your other time with something you enjoy. Because otherwise all you're doing is just, I don't know, existing. And realistically, what's the point in that? I'm not saying that this gives me purpose or I have some purpose or, you know, I don't think I do have a purpose. I don't think anyone has a purpose. I think you're all just, we just appear and eventually we disappear, innit? Like, fucking, not to get, I don't even think you could call that philosophical, but there's nothing, no, I don't know. Oh, wish I had a spoon. Oh. One sec, what was that? Oh, just had a fucking massive email, which is weird. Do you hand kill the rats from Louis O2? No, mate, because I'm not a fucking nutter. Like, and you know, that'd be well time consuming. Like, I run this as a business, mate. It just wouldn't make good business sense to kill the rats myself. Like, fucking running around a fucking field with like a butterfly net or a fishing net and a fucking claw hammer, catching them, knocking them on the head and shoving them in a little bag on my back like the fucking, like the Sackman of fucking South America. No. I don't get why that's always people's first assumption as well. Yeah, I skinned the rat, Cletus's son. I used them because they're already dead, mate. They're sold as snake food. Talk us through what you're doing then. I'm taking the fleshy bits off of this rat skin that I've turned. Like, you can see the fur that way there, innit? Looks a lot better on the YouTube camera. And then I just peel the flesh away. Then it'll need a couple of days to dry out. Then I'll do it again. And then it should be ready to sew up. at that point. I mean, I'm simplifying it, but I just take the edge of a knife and run it across his face and stuff. Being careful to try and pull as little as the hairs through the skin as possible. Nah, I don't eat the flesh, Cletus, because these are the captive bred for snakes, these. So it wouldn't be advisable to eat something like this. You would possibly, to be fair, if you were going to eat it, probably be better with a wild one. You want to stuff mice and birds that your car kills? Like, fucking, what sort of car do you drive, man? How do you know that you killed? Why are you killing? You're in charge of the car. Why are you're blaming the car? Cat, right, okay. Sorry, I'm fucking having a go at you there, innit? I wouldn't mess with wild animals, mate. I wouldn't mess with wild ones. What types of ones are in your attic? What do you mean? What type of what? What type of what are in my attic? And just to be sure, like, what is an attic? Is that your loft? It's a loft, innit? Any English people that know Americans? I know it's either your loft or your cellar. It's one end of the house, innit? My granddad sped up once in the car to purposely kill a bird when my dad was in the car. I've got an uncle that did that once. We was on our way to a car boot about 5:30 in the morning, and he just sped up his car towards a magpie and then looked at me and went, "I've never done that before. Don't know where that came from." He didn't hit it, missed it by miles. Oh, buzzing the Riddlers. Thank you. You the little pebble pals. I did a load of, I've been doing a load of them last week as well. Loft. Yeah, it's a loft. The attic. I don't know, I still don't know what you mean though. What do you think's in my loft? I don't have anything in my loft. I don't even have a loft. I live in a flat. I've barely got cupboard space. I've just had to clear out the cupboard underneath the stairs so that I can use it as a recording studio for the radio show. Oh my god, you've just come up on my FYP. Buzzing, mate, thank you. I came up on my girlfriend's yesterday. She doesn't follow me pages are out, because why would she? She gets to see the pictures when I come home. And it's like, look at this what I've made, look at this what I've made. But yeah, I was on her front page last night and it made us laugh. One of the newer little videos as well. Oh. Amy Bill, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping there'll be a Christmas decoration. I did them last year as Christmas decorations, but I thought I'd do them on elastic this year, so you can use it in your card as well if you wanted to put them on your rear view mirror or something. You know, like you would with fuzzy dice. I'm glad you like them, the Riddlers. I'm glad you like your Pebble Pals. See, look at that. That's a glowing review there from the Riddlers. Yeah, I think I bought 4 Pebble guys and they're great. So they're my Pebble Pals, £2.50 a pop. They come with a little certificate of authenticity. The only thing of mine realistically that does, just for a laugh as well, is to make it look like it's an exotic pet. My uncle, Sour Pez is saying, my uncle used to breed hamsters and one was too noisy. So he threw it out of the window. I know a guy, I went to school with a guy that ended up being somewhat traumatised by I think it was his uncle or his neighbour, because they put a fucking kitten in a shoebox and kicked it down the stairs, man. So I hope that didn't fuck with your head, innit, if you saw that happen to them hamsters. Wait, how do you put all these things together? Do you just buy body parts of animals? Nah, Spider Corpse, I skin the animals myself. I buy dead animals and skin them. That's mad that I'm on people's front page and that's how they're finding the live. That's pretty sick though, that. That's dead right, that is Sour Pez. My girlfriend's 6'1" as well. piercing blue eyes, bearded, you know, chiselled, whatever that's called. There, it looks like you've been punched in the cheek. You know, we both look identical, mate. You came up on my FYP too, and I was confused, but it's good what you're doing because it won't cost much. Yeah, man. I try and make it affordable for the buyer, you know. Most of my stuff is like a tenner, if not a fiver. Thank you, Spider Corpse. Buzzing Amy Bill, thank you. If you Google my username as well, you'll find an article last year that came out around Christmas time with all of the Christmas decorations I made last year. But this year, just in case lockdown takes hold again, I thought it'd be better to not do like Christmassy themed stuff as much. I'm going to do a little bit, but not loads of Christmassy themed stuff. Just in case I can't get to the studio again, so that I've got stock that'll be interesting to people throughout the rest of the year. Do you know what I mean? Because what happened this year, I had no idea about lockdown really was going to affect us like it did. Obviously, no one did. So I didn't. When I came back to work, I had orders to do, and I didn't have anything to sell. So I was making orders, and I didn't have out to sell, and that makes you feel bad because you're not making sales, and you're not being able to do your job properly, even though you are doing your job as effectively as possible because you're accounting for the orders that have been made. But it didn't feel nice. So I thought if I've got a nice amount of stock in, which you can see maybe a quarter of my stock behind me there, most of them are duck heads on springs. If anyone wants a baby duck head on a spring, mate, I'm your guy. Got some there as well, some fridge magnet ones, though I think they may have all sold out now. Scrolling down. Ruby 1999 is asking what do you do with the rest of the animal? Just bin the rest. Nah, mate. I use the bollocks. I use the hearts. Sometimes the lungs. I try and use as much of the intestines as possible. I do little drawings with the intestines, and I squeeze out the juice out of the intestine as well into the palm of my hand and paint with it in resin sometimes, like little childish pictures with them. I call that pre-poo because it's not quite shit yet, is it? But it's also kind of food and kind of blood, but not quite any of it yet, so it's just pre-poo. I use that and draw in the resin with that. I use some of the bones in resin sometimes, not often, but sometimes. Little bits like that, man. I try to not waste as much as I can. Fucking hell, Sour Pez. Your life sounds like it was fucking awful, bro. Awful. No, Ben Hyde, that was a joke, man, because someone was taking the piss out of Sour Pez, saying that he sounds inbred. He sounds like his family's incestuous. And he was saying, oh, everyone looks like each other. Everyone falls for someone that looks like them. So I was just running with what he'd said, so in the hope that people would stop saying he was inbred. Because like the stories he's sharing here aren't exactly nice, and I don't think, no one should really give people shit anyway. You know what I mean? Like, why be a cunt? No need for it, innit? But no, my missus doesn't actually have facial hair. Fucking hell, Sour Pez, this is mental, mate. He's nice, he just grew up with an abusive family, he had to watch his dad kill a bird with a shovel. Did he just grow up on a farm, though? Like, he could have just grew up on a farm, realistically. Oh, thanks, Bush Jackson. Bush Jackson saying he loves my work so much. Thank you. Scrolling. Hello, Maxi G in Carlisle. Came up on his front page as well. Doing quite well here, aren't we, guys? If we could get this number here. I have never had 100 people watching my live stream on TikTok, I don't think, at once. So that'd be quite nice if we could do that, like, before the end of today. Oh, God, I'm itchy. I need a shower proper badly. I just couldn't be arsed last night. Okay, it was freezing cold in here. I've got a heater on here next to me. I'm going to turn that off for a while so it'll run my lecky bill right up. So cold, so I couldn't be arsed with a shower last night. Wow, don't you ever feel bad or not because they're already dead? No, of course I don't feel bad for this. Yeah, it'd be a weird thing to... If I felt bad for doing this, why would I do it every day? Like, why would you torture yourself like that, man? That's fucked. Yeah, Amy Bill. Have a look, man. Have a look through it. Everyone, if you don't want to watch Google my username, World Around You. You as in the sheep, the female sheep, EWE. That's, someone's asking how do you say my name. That's how you say it, World Around You. It doesn't let you, it wouldn't let me put the capital letters on here for some reason. Have a look, Spider Corpse. The link in my bio, mate. You can get to my shop. You can get to my Etsy. You can have a look. I'd recommend buying from my shop unless you want a mystery box, in which case I would ask you to buy from Etsy. I make a little bit less money when you buy it through Etsy, but by buying the mystery boxes through Etsy, it pumps me up the listings, and then it means that my stuff gets seen by more people. So it's an alright trade-off, I guess, to trade off, you know, an extra like £2 or £3 for the chance that other people might buy my stuff. I'm sorry, I've got a hair in my eye, but I can't pick it out because I've got rat on my hand. Thanks for sharing, Sam Jacques, I think. Finley, I don't know if you missed that. That's World Around You. Lewis Kennedy, I first started doing this when I was at uni. You'll actually find, the person that just read the articles on black pencil cases might find out. You'll get a good idea. If you Google my username, and you'll get like a news article that explains it all to you, with a few of them. But basically, long and short of it was I misunderstood a project when I was still at uni. Everyone else made, you know, furniture and that, and I ended up making a rat into a pencil case with a pencil sharpener up its arsehole, and just took off from there, mate, really. That's fair enough then, Sour Pez. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, mate, selling your rabbits to the butchers when they, you know, when they're too old to breed. I mean, it's going to be a bit fucking, bit shit meat-wise, but fucking hell, it just jumps it down. One sec. 1 minute music. How could this put you off a sausage sandwich, mate? Nothing could put me off a sausage sandwich unless I found out it was fucking corn. That'd put me off a sausage sandwich. I'd even eat a sausage. I would even eat a sausage sandwich with brown bread before I would eat a normal sausage sandwich with white bread if the sausage was fucking corn or some other fucking vegetarian equivalent. I don't think this could put you off a sausage sandwich. I really don't believe that you could do that. Have you ever done anything with crabs? I have, actually. One thing. No. A couple of things. I've got a crab's claw in there that's probably going to find its way into an Oddity starter pack or a mystery box. I've got Crabman as well. I'll show you Crabman. Crabman's sold though. So here's the body of a crab as the head of a monster. His legs are, I'll show YouTube people first. His legs are from a lizard, his body's from a mouse, his head's a crab. So I have done a bit of crab stuff. I've got a crab leg as well, just in resin. Here are. That's a crab's leg in resin. YouTube people, there you go. Oh. How do you get the animals? I buy them from pet shops. They sell them frozen for snake food. I get other stuff from pest controllers and estate managers. And like the old minks and stuff, I got them from a car boot sale. Got some old antique mink scarves which I've taken apart, and I've used most of them now. Oh man, I've got a right headache. Any animals you hope of getting, or any big projects you hope to do? There are, man. I'd love to get a bag of cats. I really would like to get a bin bag full of dead cats. But I went through a phase where I thought it was fully acceptable to ring up the local rehousing shelters and animal sanctuaries and vets and say, if I give you £100 please, as a donation, could you in return give me a bag of dead cats? And most of them hung up on me. One of them said never call here again. One of them thought it was a prank, so I rang back, and then they got really annoyed, saying, look, this isn't funny. I'm not joking. I am offering you money for a bag of your cats that you can't rehouse, that they've been put down. So there's no use for them. They're just going to go off to be incinerated. They'll still go off to be incinerated. I'd just like the skin off them first. And then they get all funny and that and act like you're a fucking psycho and a weirdo. And it's fucking out of order, mate, realistically, innit? Because, like, they're turning down money that could help the animals. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucked in my opinion, for them to turn that down just because of some moralistic standpoint of, oh no, we're here to protect the cats. Well, you can't protect something if it's dead. And what's the point of wasting your time protecting something if it's dead? And why did they have to treat me like I was a dickhead on the phone? Do you know what I mean? So that's why I'd like to be able to use a bag of dead cats to make stuff with. Fucking hell. Oh, do you mean because it's meat 1 minute music? Man, I've gotten so used to people on social media not really having a sense of humour. Like, most people, when they comment, are fucking deadly serious all the time, man. It's hard to get it across, innit? I know what you mean, man. Will your trolls haunt us if you get one? They shouldn't do. And realistically, it wouldn't. I don't think it could haunt you. Realistically, like the trolls I've got at the minute, I think they would. You'd have about 4 or 5 animals haunting you. I think there's 3 or 4 or 5 animals going into these trolls. So you have a little menagerie, a ghost menagerie. I get the rats' heads from the rats that are skinned meat, like this guy here. Sammy McVitie's, what I'm doing is I'm going to be turning this rat, which is inside out at a minute, into a pencil case. But it's got I'm just scraping it down to get it prepared. Fucking hell. Is there a way... I wish you could make these fucking lists of comments longer, so you can actually fucking see them all. No, I did. Sammy McVitie's, I did explain it was for taxidermy. I explained I was a taxidermist. And because of the way that they... I don't know, man, like, animal people and animal rights people are fucking mental on the whole, aren't they? Like, they don't... It's a very sort of blinkered way of view. Like, I said this on... I made a bit about it for my radio show. Like, you've got animal rights activists at the train bus. Like, you've got animal rights activists and they fucking fight amongst themselves. You've got ones that like fucking want to save whales and others that want to save dolphins. If they work together, they could probably save more aquatic mammals together than they will apart, but they won't, because each of them thinks the killer whale is more important than the vaquise, or the bottlenose dolphin is more important than the sea lion. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking... They're mental. So it doesn't matter if you give an explanation to them. Most of them seem to be very much stuck in the ways. Thank you, Spider Corpse. What was your favourite thing you saw? Ocean and On, I'm from Manchester. How do you keep everything clean and safe to do? You just... I don't know how to answer your question, man, without sounding patronising. You just taxidermy it, innit? Like, obviously your first ones might not be great. My first mouse has gone yellow. Doesn't smell, it's not rotten. It's lost a lot of its fur and it's gone yellow. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. It was my first try. So you just got to go with it, man. Or wait until you're a bit older and your dad's not really got control over your life anymore. Like, if your dad's saying no, then realistically you should go with what your dad's saying, because he's your dad. And I'm presuming you live with him, so it seems somewhat disrespectful, innit, to go against what he's saying like that. Like, he probably just wants you to have a childhood, rather than trying to take up a hobby or start a business. I would have been nice to have more of a childhood, really, but I got into breeding chickens and ducks and that, didn't I? And, just wanted to make money. How did you get the rat's head on the wood? What do you mean, man? What do you mean, how did I get the rat's head on the wood? On what wood? Oh, you mean the little man? That's, that's how I do my stuff, man. I'm not going to explain to you how I make everything, innit? Like, fucking... It'd be boring anyway. You don't want to wear a carpenter to explain how he makes a mitre joint, innit? It's just attached. I attach them. Nice one, Bob placed. Bob placed has got 2 dead scorpions encased in glass. I've got a few bugs that'll be going into mystery boxes. I've got some spiders and some green, what look like scarabs, scarab beetles or something. I don't know if they are actually scarabs. They're just green shiny beetles in resin. Didn't make them myself. I just sourced them for the mystery boxes. Ocean Anon wants to know, does it smell in the room thing you're in? I wouldn't say so, but like I said, I was a butcher in my teenage years, so I'm desensitised to the smell of dead stuff and meat, innit? And I pretty much lived on a farm for 2 years at college, so I lived next to the cows, so I don't really have a good sense of smell at the best of times. But I mean, I love the smell of cow shit though, to be fair. Like, that's one of my favourite smells. When you're driving through the countryside and you get a whiff of cow shit, and I just get loads of nostalgia. How long does one pencil case take? Realistically, it's probably about actual work on it, 4 or 5 hours or so. But the time in between where it's drying and that, and including the scraping that, but with the drying times in between and letting things take the time to work, it's like a week and a half or so. I know what magazine you're on about there, Sour Pez, the weekly magazine would have been. Pencil case is sold, bloody disaster. But if you have a look on my website, you'll see other stuff that I've got at the minute. I don't. Yeah, realistically, you could probably use animals that have already been taxidermied. I mean, it's you gotta be careful though, because obviously the skin will be more brittle, I would imagine. And like, look how flexible this is. Like, that's really flexible and move around a lot, but that's because it's a rat though as well. But obviously it gets brittle and dry. Do you know what I mean? Realistically, you want to set it once and then that's it. But you can if it's like a bigger animal, I presume. They're doing it as an AMA though, Paul. You're saying stop talking, let's see your work. You see it behind me. You can go on my page, man. Go on my page and see me work. I need to actually work in it to do stuff, to get stuff made. Thanks for all the fish is your favourite. Yeah, a little what's it called? Fucking Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, innit? Little reference for you. Was it nice? Was the dead scorpion taste nice? My favourite meat to eat is lamb. Hands down, lamb. Lamb's the best meat ever. Have it fucking cooked rare, like just on the outside, just cooked, pink in the middle. Fucking lovely. Yeah, you can buy real human teeth. Don't know why you keep saying Millie is really cool. Like, I don't know who Millie is. I wouldn't want your dead hamster, mate. I try not to do people's pets. I didn't taste of anything. Mad. You'd think it'd have a taste like ants are supposed to taste like smoked bacon, innit? So I've heard, anyway. Yeah, Sammy McVitie's. Well, it's skinned. It's skinned. This is just skin. Look. Oh, right, it's just the skin. That's what taxidermy is, boss. Lily Knight gets bored a lot. Just because you're a vegetarian, mate, don't mean that you wouldn't like taxidermy. The two don't really cross over, innit? I'm not saying you should eat them. There's no reason, I'm glad that you're interested. What do you mean? You have to explain what you mean there when you say where are you putting the bits of fur and shit. Like, I have it on a line. I'll show you my line if you want. Yeah. So for now, it goes on the floor or on the side, and then you've got them up there drying. Got a box of it over there. Show you some of the bits I've made. There you go. You can see some of the things I've made out of animals and that there. Little USB sticks made out of mice. Duck's heads on springs. Rat paws on springs. Magnetic duck heads. Little rat man. Windmill. Other bits. Bad dog. I hoover it up sort of every other week. When it's dusty I hoover it up as and when I need to. Otherwise I just sweep it up into a dustpan and put it in a bag in the freezer. I get the dead animals from pet shops. They sell them frozen for snake food. Nice one, SCP-96. I never had any taxidermy at my house when I was growing up or out like that. Used to like looking at it in the museum and that, but it's not really something you buy, is it? Well, saying that, people do. No, it's fine, man. I want people to ask questions. This should say it's an AMA. In the freezer, just because it's You know, it's because it's bits of skin and that, innit? You don't want to leave it out on the floor and it starts to smell it out, so you put it in the freezer, freezes it, and then you take it to the incinerator, have it burnt. Is there any piece that you don't like, but other people do? Don't know. Probably, yeah. I mean, out of these that I've got here, I don't know, man. That's a really fucking good question. Off the top of my head, mate, I can't think of one I've made that I've not liked, but other people have. I can't think of anything I've made where I've thought, I don't like that. It's not very good. Why am I saying maked? Like, that's a fucking word. Made. Yeah, I do some butterfly taxidermy. Sometimes. Have you ever used a rat like you've killed yourself on a rat trap? Nah, I've never had pet rats either. I used to have loads of butterflies in resin, man. I don't think I've got any left anymore. Nice. What sort of pet are you feeding, Dreamcon? What do people around you, like parents or family, think about you doing taxidermy? Like, are they freaked out, I guess you mean? Nah. The older members of my family, like, you know, my uncle and my auntie, they're like 70 odd. They I don't know, I don't think they see it as a job kind of thing, which is fair enough. My mum and dad, they think I'm doing alright with it, they quite like it. My missus is happy with it. You know, it don't really impact on anyone else's life, innit? Favourite taxidermy piece you've seen but haven't made? Don't know, man, to be honest. Off the top of my head, no. You know, off the top of my head, what am I making? I'm making a pencil case out of a dead rat. Whereabouts do you live? Fucking hell, man. I'm not going to tell you where I live. No, I can't show you the fox puppet at the minute, mate, because I'm working in it. I've got bits of rat on me. I don't want to get it inside the fox head. But I'll put a video up a bit later if I've not already. Yeah, Lily Knight, this is my full-time job. Have a look on my page. If you go on the link on my page, link in my bio, you'll be able to find my shop. See everything I've got at the minute. And you'll see some of the older stuff I've made as well. My mum's just walked in when you said I'm making a pencil case out of a dead. What did your mum say? What did your mum say to that, mate? How much has TikTok helped with getting your image out there? I don't know, mate. I'm still still finding my feet with TikTok. Like, I've had videos where I've had more than 1 million views on it, a couple million views I think on some, but I've still only got 13,000 followers, which is a lot of people still, you know, it's more than I've got on any other social media, but I don't know, I think it's hard to tell. It is hard to tell. I think it helps a bit because obviously it's a more active platform than Facebook and stuff. There's more going on it, more people, more interactions and that. Facebook and Twitter, and maybe not Instagram so much, but Facebook and Twitter seem to be on the last legs, innit, really. So fair enough, Lily. Oh, Buzzing Spider Corpse. It'll be, if you order in tomorrow then or whatever, it'll probably be sent out the Friday after. I tend to send out my stuff on Fridays. What you killing today, lad? Well, I'll be taking apart this rat, this lovely little rat, cheeky little number. I'm not going to eat it, no. If you make a fox with a tea tray, you've been writing that on my other videos as well, Lavers, Lavanesvib. It was a combined effort from me and my missus. We were sort of spitballing ideas. I think she probably came up with that bit. She's just as strange as I am. For the pencil case, the pencil sharpener up the arse. I get the rats from pet shops. Zill. You're right, Aidan Jones. Aidan Jones. The name rings a bell immediately, Aidan Jones. I don't know why. My favourite piece of taxidermy, if it is taxidermy, is probably the menstruation crustacean station. That's probably my favourite bit of taxidermy I've ever seen. That lobster that holds the tray of tampons in someone's toilet. Is that why I recognise your name, Aidan Jones? There we go then. Yeah, bad dog's still here. It's the eyes of the hamster. Pretty much one whole hamster made up both eyes. Oi oi frog, wee wee frog, whatever that is. Fucking good. Who needs sleep? Well, I was listening to something fucking weird last night while I was falling asleep. I was listening to this thing about these shadow people that supposedly dwell in the sort of the open space around us all and try and fucking steal your life energy and that. It's fucking well weird to listen to that while you're falling asleep. Put me off sleeping for about half an hour. Nah, I've never done a dog. Never had the chance to. What is that? It's a rat inside out. Can you show us your trolls, please? Yeah, alright. Are they alive when you get them? No, of course not. They're already dead. Let me spin the camera around. The trolls. Where are the trolls? Oh, there's one troll. That's one of the trolls. Made out of rat and a bit of duckling. The bobblehead ducks. Where's your troll? You might have a better chance of seeing it than me. I can't see the fucking thing. There's the glove puppet. The eyes are a bit that are made from hamster. I can't see the other fucking troll. Oh, there he is. There's the other troll. So that troll there's made out of chicken feet, a chicken beak, rat skin and a bit of mink fur. There's my birdhouse made of bird bones. USB sticks made out of mice, rat and a bit of mink. Duck stuff. Things made out of fish and mouse legs. That's new. These are my free meals, giving away selling free meals now, because somebody else will take the bill. Ammonites that I brought back to life with chicken toes. Butterfly wings in jars, I'll list them I think today. There's some mink legs that you can attach to a window. Chick hearts in robots. Chicken scratch. Ducks. Oh, he's got a little spider in it. Magnetic ducks. Little rat man. There's a pebble pal over there. There's a little goose creature I made. There's the windmill. Ornaments. Look at that fella there though, riding a beetle. Probably my favourite thing I've got at the minute. That's a puppet I've made out of a fox's head. This is Bad Dog, made of hamsters, ducklings, rabbits, rats and a mink. These are my little balls, dangly balls. You can put them on a Christmas tree or on your rear view mirror of your car. They're made out of rats and mice. I've got others as well, these ones here with beaks, chicken beaks attached to them. Ornaments. Excuse me. They're the ornaments there. So I get broken animal ornaments and then repair them with real animal. So that's a real duck's head. Resin stuff. I've got different monsters I call faux souls. Intestines in love arts. All sorts, guys, all sorts. But I need to crack up. There's my portable high five machine. Oh, I won't show you them jokes. Portable high five machines. Rat's paws on a spring, basically. So yeah, bit of everything. Chicken fingers, the nippler. Teddy bears. There's the trolls again. Yeah. Right, fucking hell, I've missed a lot of messages here, guys. Oh, my head is sore. Have you ever done a dog? Well, that's where we was up to. Maybe Lewis Kennedy. I don't know what I'd do with it. Probably nothing interesting. Really, nothing mad. Fucking hell, I'm trying to read your comments that I've missed because I can't see the comments while you're doing that. While I've got the camera the other way. One sec, guys, I'll be back to making my stuff out of my rats. What are you making? I'm making a pencil case out of this rat. Probably wouldn't taxidermy my own pet, Aiden, no. It'd upset my girlfriend. And I don't really want to see a dead Baz, really, or a dead Munch. Because they're my pets, innit? Like, other people wouldn't want to see their pets made into a toaster or a remote control car. I don't want to do it with my own either. Nah, I don't think they smell of death or anything. I'm glad you like the butterflies, Lily. Unfortunately, I can't really send them out in the post. Well, I can, but they only have like a 60 to 75% chance of surviving getting mailed to you. Because they're fragile, obviously, because of how I've made them. So I normally just sell them at markets. I'm glad you think it's amazing, wee wee frog. Dangly balls, mate. Dangly balls are good, aren't they? I'm glad you like the resin, mate. So all of what you see in there is all on my website. If you go onto my page, go on the link on my bio, and you'll find my website there. Have a look, mate. Have a look at what I've got. Most of my stuff is realistically under 20 quid. The vast majority of it is under 25 quid. A lot of it's under a tenner. Thanks, Cure Ben. I won't be doing any more resin now till the new year. when it gets a bit warmer, because otherwise it ends up all bubbly. Nah, Mighty Succubus, I think Corben means it's sick as in it's good. I hope he does anyway. Nah, man, this is real. Sandman commissions, this is definitely real. Corben, whatever you've seen, I don't know what you're on about, mate. I'm still scrolling through. What's the weirdest request I've ever gotten? I've just scrolled down to the bottom now. The weirdest request I've ever gotten, somebody wanted a fox interfering with a badger, which I denied and said I wasn't going to do because I didn't like the use of the word interfering. Made it seem weird. I was experimenting at the time with a bit of an interspecies erotica range, and when someone basically requested they wanted one animal forcing itself upon another, I thought, this is weird. This is a world I don't want to know. I don't want to get into this world. I don't want to know about it at all. I don't want to know that them people exist, really. But now that I know they do exist, I don't want to do with them. The rat heads there, mate. There. That little wooden figure there. The frame pages from the antique books. Mate, let me get to I'm near the end of what I can do with this for now. So let me get to the end of this and then I'll show you properly what I've got. How's that? I'm not selling the fox puppet, no. No, my dogs have never eaten me taxidermy things. But though, my cat, if I leave taxidermy out and not in a dome or in a box or out, my cat tends to go and grab it. And then for some reason, she does it with all of them. She takes them to the dining room and dunks them in the dog's water bowl. I don't know why. She just soaks them. She does it every time. No, the eyes aren't from that. The eyes aren't from that skull, man. You can't do eyes like that. That's not how they work. They go all gooey and rot. Although I do have this. I can touch this because it's just plastic. So they're real eyes. Them there, they're real rabbit's eyes in there in resin. Real fox fur, and then inside it there is a baby chicken that I've splayed and removed the organs of. The dead animals, I get them from pet shops, mate. They sell them frozen. Maybe, I don't know if I've got any. Oh, I've got a rabbit in the freezer. I've got a good plan for that rabbit though. I like doing stupid shit with rabbits. Ah, I'm alright, Chegative. Hello. Alright, once I've got into this, I'll show you some of the other stuff then, before I do the other half of the rats. The fox puppet's not for sale, that depressed kid. Oh. It's something that I take to markets for people to play with, innit? Like for kids to play with and have a little photo opportunity with it and that. Because a lot of people that like my stuff, a lot of them have kids, and it seems to be something that a lot of people sharing with the kids, looking at my weird stuff and laughing at me. So I like to take things there that they can take pictures of themselves with and, have a mess together and have a play. I'm glad I've won you over, Livy Knight. I've been calling you Lily as well, haven't I, all this time? I've just realised that's a V. This time, Clan Swifty TikTok, I'm making a pencil, well, I'm working on a pencil case from a rat. This is sort of the second stage of the process. Well, third if you include the frosting. Oh yeah, mate, craft markets, art markets, sometimes it goes down really well. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the other people at the markets think I'm a dickhead. But one of the first ones I ever did was at this quite, I think it's prestigious, I think would be the word. Quite well known anyway in the area, this art place. And they'd started doing some markets and that, and everyone there just kept fucking giving me dirty looks and fucking staring at me and that, and fucking just being quite rude to me. There was other places, I've done others though, where people have they treat you like you're a weirdo. Yeah, they'll have a zip on the pencil case, but yeah, people see your stuff at an art market and the other sellers seem to treat you like you're fucking mental. But I don't really mind, innit? Like I've said before, I don't really give a shit, man. It doesn't really matter or impact on my life, so. Still a bit soft, these bits. So you want to be gentle there, really, with the knife. Otherwise I'll end up going through and cutting myself. Big Joe and Emily, what I'm making is a pencil case. So this is a rat inside out. And I've got something fucking... I think I've inhaled a hair. Really agitating my nostril. Yeah, I'm turning this rat into a pencil case. But you won't get me to see it finish it today. I'll just be pretty much doing what I'm doing here with 3 rats. That's why I'm doing it as an Ask Me Anything, because it passes my time, really. And I need a break from listening to conspiracy people in the ears. It is mad, mate. It's always mad to me that people will sit and watch this. When will you finish? This will probably be finished on Wednesday, this one. But I'll be probably doing this for another hour and a half or so. Pencil case takes about a week to make, a week and a half, because it's got to dry out and stuff, and actual contact time with the piece is probably around 5 hours or so. I use different types of stuff, and it depends what I'm doing with it. Depends what I want the thing to be like. And even then, when I'm using the other stuff in, the stuffings, you can use them in different ways to get different effects, I've learned. I'll be dead honest, I don't really want to be like giving away, because it took me years to learn how to do this and get somewhere with it. So I'm not really going to give tips and that, but like I say, this is my full-time thing, innit? Chongy wants to say Daddy Bear. Do you sell these? I do sell these, Emily. Clan, it doesn't smell bad. I do sell them. Clan, have a look on my page. So with the knife, I'm going, like, I'm on the ball bag now of the rat, so I can't really show it on video on TikTok. I'll show it on my YouTube, and then you can go and find it on my YouTube. It's a 1 hour 28 minutes in, if that helps. So you just sort of scrape with the knife, man, and you take the flesh away from the skin. Never really exotic animals. I've put some like pets and stuff, like old baby lizards and stuff that have died. I've done bits with them. Put them on crucifixes, baby Jesus lizards, something for Easter. Bring them out at Easter if I can get my hands on the dead lizards. But no, not really exotic animals. Be nice to though. It'd be nice if I could get some lynx in a zoo. Emily Janeria, if you're still there, mate, go and have a look at the link on my page. You'll be able to see my website and everything that I sell on there. Does the ball bag have the veins in them? Yeah, a little bit. But obviously I'm removing them. That's part of what I'm doing here. I think this would make good ASMR, me. The noises. Nah, the veins aren't squishy. They're too small, mate. They're tiny, aren't they? I don't think it'll haunt you. I don't really believe in stuff like that. Why would animals have ghosts? If that was the case, there'd be fucking billions, wouldn't there? Trillions, mate. Trillions of... You know how fast a rat can breed? Rats can give birth to, like, what, 20 at a time or something? They live for, like, 10 years, 15 years. And they can breed maybe 10 times in a year. There'd be so many rat ghosts, you won't be able to move for them. I'm making a pencil case, Patrick, out of a rat. Olivia started getting into it about 4 years ago or so. I think it was about 4 years ago. I'm fucking shit with time. But because everything's been the same for me for years now, innit? Once you leave uni and that school or college, every day is the same. So you don't really have a way of punctuating your time anymore. I mean, now we've got COVID, so we can say, oh, post-COVID and pre-COVID, so that's kind of useful, but I mean, every cloud, eh? I'd probably give it a go, Lewis. I've never done a fish before, not like that. Just missed my eye, that I think. That looked like it was very close to my face. No, it wasn't a video that I'd seen. Me and my missus were, initially, the first mouse we did, we were looking on eBay, we wanted to make a couple of quid, we wanted to try and make money. And then we got bored of that, because we were going to just go to auctions and buy stuff and like in bulk and then sell it online on Facebook Marketplace or something, try and make a few quid. And then we got bored of looking on eBay and just started looking at weird stuff, weirder and weirder and weirder. Ended up finding a load of people that thought they were good at taxidermy who weren't, but they were charging well over the odds for what they were making. Like, being into it now, well over the odds. And they weren't very good at it, but they thought they were. So I said, how about I do that then? I could do that, but I could do it purposely bad. Make it funny, you know, make daft stuff. I already know how to take animals apart because I'm a butcher, so we just fucking gave it a go like the next night, or even that night. Well, probably the next night, I'd have thought. We were probably looking at that at night time. But yeah, that's how I got into it. And then I ended up using it for uni, because we needed to do a feasibility project and show off a transferable skill. So I thought a transferable skill is butchery. Everyone else was like, oh, I've got good hand-eye coordination because I used to play football. And you're like, well, right, okay. So I've made this stool that looks like a football. And you're like, right, all right. I mean, that's a terrible example of the work there, but it was stuff like that. Whereas I'm like, oh, I used to be a butcher, so I skinned a rat and made this. Obviously, it didn't go down great. Split the room into 3 groups. One group thought I'd bought it and was taking a piss. A few people found it hilarious, and everyone else was disgusted with it, including the teacher, who thought I'd just done it just to annoy her. Which is mad. I've always thought that's mad about teachers, isn't it? Teachers and tutors tend to think that if you're doing something, it's purely just to annoy them. Big-headed people, innit? Right, this needs to dry. Clutch bag, I'm making a pencil case out of a rat. Oh, just a second, I'm just going to have to push you into my chest. I might be showing you me groin. I'm not being a perv, I just need to get to what's behind the camera. I don't know what it is you can see. If you can see anything, there you go. Oh, from Blackpool, you're alright, mate. Right. You just wanted to. What do you want to see then? Is the person here that? Well, you can see them though. That's the thing. Everything that I've got here, you can see on my website, innit? I've got to work. Man. I do have to work. This is going to be a rat's ass. Ooh. This is going to be a weird one for people that have joined, innit? So it just looks like I'm just cracking one out or slapping me dick off the bottom of a table. When realistically, what I'm actually doing is probably something weirder. I'm slapping the dust off this harp of a rat. Nice one, Starbell, thank you. No, I didn't think it'd look good on camera, That's a little snippet someone can take in it and fucking bang that on Pornhub. There's my OnlyFans, mate. I could just have an OnlyFans of me just tapping rats underneath the table. People would probably be into that as well, I bet. Just tell them it's not rats. Yeah, Skizzy, I sell stuff. I think someone's bought something from this stream. I think someone said earlier. I can't remember what it was or who it was. There's been a fair few people come and go. But I think I get the animals from pet shops predominantly, Starbell. They sell them frozen for snake food, innit? But I get others from pest controllers and estate managers and other bits of like fucking old bits of clothing and stuff from car boots. Like mink scarves and that. But it'd just be even weird, Olivia, if your mum walked in at that point and then she's like, what's he doing? And then when I pull it up, I go, and that's the test, that's the ball bag there, that's the scrotum of the dead rat. Which it is, you know. Yeah, Olivia, I'm from England. Where are you from? Like, you're saying ma'am. So I presumed you were English as well. Oh, we've just had an order, guys. Oh, it was Aidan Jones, just bought one of the frame pages. Go on, Aidan, which frame page did you buy? Was it one of the skin diseases? Was it one of the animal ones? Was it a diagram? What did you go for? You look Irish, no offence. Mate, that doesn't even make sense, man. How can you look Irish? I don't think anyone could look Irish. Like, the newts... It's a nice one, that's quite colourful, isn't it? Yeah, man, good colours. See, someone's just said, I don't understand. Irish is just like, to look Irish just means you're white, innit, realistically. Innit? Like, you're saying no offence. You're saying no offence, like you look Irish, no offence. As if it's a bad thing, man. Why would it be a bad thing? Even if you went to someone, you know, you look scouse, no offence. Don't make sense. That implies that you think it's offensive to look Irish, innit? That's all that does. Like, that's a mad use of language. The commentary is funny if you never knew what you were doing. I would like to sort of record, if I could just record this, the sound of this, and have this as a podcast. Imagine how weird of a podcast that would be. What's the teddy thing behind you? Oh, that's that one there. That's the nippler. He's on my website. He's made out of a teddy bear, a little bit of chicken round his neck, baby chicken, rat, mink legs. Get guests on to make something. Yeah. And this week we're joined by... Get serial killers on and fucking psychopaths. And this week I'm joined by Ian Huntley. Ian Huntley, what do you plan to make out of these rats? Do you get hate from this? Yes, Skizzy, I do. A lot. But it comes in waves when people decide to try and use... People use my stuff. Oh, it's mad, mate. Vegans and animal rights activists use the things I make to rile people up and help them become vegans and animal rights activists. It's mad. I don't get why. Like, they use the things I make and my pictures and videos, news articles and that. And then they're like, look at this. This is why you should be an animal rights activist. Yeah, this week I'm joined with Ted Bundy. This week I've got the channelers in, and channeler, who are you channeling today? Oh, it'll be Gacy today. Oh, you know, like that fucking, and then someone pretends to be taken over by the spirit of John Wayne Gacy and makes something out of a dead duckling on camera. That would be a very fucking bizarre program, but I'm not out the realms of possibility. It's something I could do. I could see myself doing, to be honest. It's quite a funny idea. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Taliban, to give us a follow then, mate, and that, you know. Find us on all my other social medias. Guys, if you use Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and that, you know, find me on all of them as well. Don't just find me on here, find me on them all and share it all into groups and tag friends and stuff, man. That's the best way. Obviously, buying stuff is great, that really helps me, but one of the best ways to help me realistically is to share my stuff around, invite people, show it to people, you know. Not to be cheeky, you know, but that is one of the greatest ways you can help us out. How sharp are them scalpels? Pretty sharp. Like, it'd cut you, you know, if that's what you mean. But they get blunt after a bit, so I've got a little knife sharpener there that I use, but that just ruins the scalpel blades, because scalpel blades aren't, well, these cheap ones aren't really made for sharpening. They're made with a shit edge on them. Well, Livy Knight, you can tell your mum to get fucked, mate. I don't think I'm a sociopath. I don't think many people would agree that I was a sociopath. But I'll happily, you know, tell her to get fucked. See what she says to that. Do you use any household items as scaffolding for your sculptures? Because of scaffolding and sculptures together so close together, it's hard to say. I was going to say scuffches. I was going to say scluffches. Do I use any household items? I don't know. Maybe. For some things. Yeah, like the toaster, obviously. When I made the rabbit into a toaster, that definitely used that. I used the toaster as the scaffolding. Yeah, man, but vegans are mental, innit? Like, that's an ideology. So it's madness. It's never really... If you pick it apart, it's never truly going to make sense. So you've got to wonder, why is it being pushed? Who's perpetuating the myth of vegans being brilliant? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's got to be more behind it, mate, than just, oh, we're trying to save the world or the animals. Someone just asked, have you ever hurt yourself doing this? Fucking loads of times, mate. I've flicked the drying agent that I use for the skin. I've flicked that in my eyes a few times. Now that really hurts. That's like a burning sensation. That feels like someone's pouring acid through your eyeball. It's just, and then you've got to hold your eye under fast flowing cold tap, and that fucking wrecks. And putting running water out of a tap into your eyes is a really good way of getting an eye infection. So then you've got to use fucking eye drops in it whilst it's all fucking tender and that. And I've cut myself loads of times with the knives. The other day I fucking managed to cut myself with a bit of cotton, just trying to snap it like that, and I didn't realise I'd wrapped it round one of my fingers. So as I went like that, it just tightened round my finger, round my nail and that, and just cut right in my finger all the way around, about fucking 1/4 centimetre into my finger, like in a circle. Hanging. That felt horrible. Yeah, I rent a space to work in. Realistically, you can't really do taxidermy from home. That depressed kid, the photo where you're wearing that magnetic earrings is so funny, thank you. That's actually as well the photo that we use for the new conspiracy show on Threshold FM. But I've got a tinfoil hat on as well. I haven't got any shrews eyes. You were here the other day asking for this. Yeah, the cotton paper cut, mate, it was such a fine cut as well. It just sliced into my hand, mate. A fucking horrible feeling. Alright, I get that it's a bit strange, mate. Quick question, why would you decapitate a rat and make something out of it? Why wouldn't you, mate? Why would you chop down a tree and turn a tree into a cupboard? Like that. I think it makes more sense to stick a rat, make an ornament out of a rat, than to get a tree, cut a tree down and turn a tree into a chair. Like, that's some outside of the box thinking, that is, in it, to turn a tree into anything. That's not like cylindrical. Scraping off a rat's ass. I'm going to make a rat's ass with this, put the tail in a love heart. Quick question. Why would you... Oh, we've just had that one. Why has that come back twice? The rat's head thing was kind of weird. Where did you think of that? Thought of it just sat here, mate. I thought, oh, that'll be a good idea. I'll give that a go. What a freak. What a dick. Nice one, I hate this app. I appreciate that, you know. Stratford Wassad. This is a proper job, mate. This is a real job. I'm here every day for about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm here till, like, I don't know, evenings. I work when I'm at home for other bits. I probably do more work than other people, mate. This is a job. Like, when are you going to stop being an arsehole? You know, we can all ask each other questions, boss. Like, do you know what I mean? In Manchester Museum. Yeah, mate, I've not seen it, though. I remember the old taxidermy they had in there. It was fucking sick. I'm glad you like it, Livy. Yeah, mate, Lewis, I went to that in, what's it called? Capital of Germany. Capital of Germany. Come on, answers on a postcard. I want to say Belgium, but it's not Belgium. It's not. That's another country. Oh, fuck. Berlin. There we go, Berlin. Yeah, I saw the exhibition in Berlin a few years ago. It's pretty good, isn't it? Body Worlds. Good, Livy. I mean, I don't know what you've learned from me. If you want to learn stuff, mate, my radio show. Again, plug in the radio show. Go on the link on my bio. Livy Knight. I'll still be here in a few minutes, mate. Go on the link on my bio. Use that. Go down near the bottom of the link of the link tree. The Threshold FM one. Go on there. Download the app. And then you can learn loads from me on my radio shows, mate. Leek's not a bad guess, mate. I used to buy chickens off a guy in Leek. There used to be a guy that used to breed rears and chickens. Don't know if he still does. He got in a bit of shit because his rears kept escaping, I think, if I remember rightly. But yeah, I used to buy chickens and that off a guy there. And I'm from round there. I'm from Wythenshawe in Manchester. Buzzing Livy Night, thank you. Everyone go and do that, mate. I'll still be here in a couple of minutes. I don't mind if you all disappear and then all come back in a couple of minutes' time. Honestly, we'll probably get more viewers as well if that happens, because it'll push me up to find more viewers for it, won't it? You're from Withy. I grew up in Benchill, mate, Kelpia. Yeah, everyone who's watching, go on the link on my bio. Give us a follow on TikTok, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, everything, mate. Download the Threshold FM app, find me on there, download that so you can listen to the radio shows, you know, fucking help me. That will help me. Subscribe to everything I'm on. You don't have to subscribe to my page, John. That'd be nice if you want to throw a quid my way, but you don't have to. I'm not trying to push for that, but if you join everything else and share my stuff everywhere, that will help me, you know what I mean? That does help. Nice one, nobody you know. You sat there now, Kelpie or what, in bench hill? It's weird, mate. There's always someone from Wythenshawe on here. Sat on when I go live, there's always someone. I'm sure, you know, it must scan your voice and then uses what it knows as your voice, and it must match it, mate, to areas in the world that sound like you. Because I get loads of Mancunians on here and that, you know. And I'm down in Devon now. I live in Devon, so it doesn't even do it on location. It's weird, mate. The algorithm's fucking very smart. So I wondered if I should do it in other accents. Does this sound particularly Irish to anyone? If I speak in an Irish accent, will it give me a load of Irish people? Or will it just give me a load of Mancunians that sound like they can't do accents like I... You know, I can't really do many accents. I could probably do a bit of Scouse, like, it's not too far from mine. I could speak like this for hours, I think. We'll get a load of Scousers on then. You know, just fucking do that and try and mess with the algorithm. Can anyone speak Chinese? We'll get a load of Chinese people as well then. What's the book on making love to tables? It's a book. The book is how to make love to an antique table, basically. It's how you date one. So I wrote it in hopes that people who want to buy and sell antiques might buy the book in hoping that it will help them make a bit of money. But in reality, when they get the book, it's like a how-to guide of where to find an antique table and then where to take your antique table on a date. Like one of them is peeping Tomming. You could take it for a bit of peeping Tommery, and then there's an illustration of this ginger lad up a tree masturbating towards a window, and he's got his antique table on the branch next to him. It's just stuff like that, and then loads of chat up lines that you could say to a table, like I'd love to get inside those drawers, and you know, I was hoping for one night stand, shit like that. Just terrible puns to do with tables and how you would fuck them. 100 and odd pages, mate, of nonsense. Newhall Green. I never really used to go to Newhall Green a lot. Newcastle area. You might... we got a few of the hosts on Thresholder from around that way, I think, the North East. Thank you a lot, Livy. Thank you. Thanks, Livy. I appreciate that you're going to share me stuff. Yeah, you could take your table peeping Tom, and you could take it skinny dipping as well. There's a picture there of a woman in the water splashing and a table next to her just floating, you know, as it would. Another chat up line. You got to remember that you're saying these things to pieces of furniture. So you're looking at a piece of furniture and you go, yeah, I've always wanted to be in the bureau. You know, that's a good line, isn't it? It's not a good line to say to a man or a woman. Maybe if they're in the FBI or something and you're like, I want to be in the bureau, and you're saying, I want to be inside you. But realistically, if you say that to a bureau, what's the bureau going to say? If you say to an antique table, I know I'm drunk, but you look canted, like that, you know, that antique table, it's never going to say no to you, mate. Never. It's going to love that. Sometimes, you know, as well, there's other lines like, oh, you know, you'd look great on my dining room floor. Because it would, wouldn't it? Realistically. Nah, please don't send me your dead stuff, like your dead hamsters and that. I buy ones that have been bred specifically for snake food, so I know they're clean, safe to use. I'll stop going on about how to fuck a table as well. Thanks for sharing the video, guys. Where is it you're sharing it to? Just out of interest, like, where does it get shared to when you share them? Right, I'm going to end the YouTube video just because no one's really watching now.